I was gonna put in there just real tongue in cheek, you know, don't judge, you know, you do it too.
Oh yeah,
like,
when I read that, I was like, she's speaking to me.
Yeah.
And if she's speaking to me and you're I'm pretty sure everyone out there is feeling the same
I think there's
way.
people who can relate.
Do you like to feel extra motivated, inspired, and stylish while you're at the gym, running errands, or grabbing coffee afterwards? I do, which is why I am so thankful to have found Moxie Fitness Apparel. And today, I'm excited for you to meet the beautiful face behind the brand, founder and chief designer, Malea Anderson. Malea noticed that a cute tank or a colorful pair of workout pants often inspired women to work hard, sweat hard, be healthier, all while helping them feel cuter and more confident. Malea saw this niche and decided to go after her dream of being an entrepreneur. Today, she shares how her company, Moxie Fitness Apparel, got started while being a busy mom, wife, and a fitness professional. Malea shares how she is now living life by her design and how you can too.
Malea, I'm
Hi.
so happy that you came to hang out with me today.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
And not only do I adore your personality, like sitting here before we started talking and filming, you're just so fun and genuine, but thank you for dressing me and so many of my friends. We are cute because of you.
Thanks.
No,
I'm so
seriously, seriously. So I want to, before we get started talking about your business, Moxie Fitness Apparel,
Yes.
I want to learn about the face behind it and the person, you know, behind the brand and everything, because you're just awesome and your story is inspiring. So,
Oh,
you know,
thank
if you
you.
could share with us about you, that would be awesome.
Yeah, of course. So I am a happily married mom of 2 young girls, and they are my pride and joy. That's my priority, is my family and raising happy, healthy, confident girls. And of course, I'm a small business owner and entrepreneur, but I wasn't always.
Right.
So I've actually had several different careers, but I spent the most of my time as a teacher, a school teacher in 3rd grade.
So cool.
Before I transitioned into working in health and fitness and
Wow.
eventually starting my business.
That's so neat. You know, before we started talking today, when you shared that with me, I was like, what? That is so
I know,
neat.
it's like
oh my gosh.
I was a teacher for 9 years, so it was kind of a big part of my life, but now it
Right.
seems like an eternity ago,
Yeah.
because I'm doing something so completely different.
So different. So I'm curious to know what drove you to, you know, stop teaching. Was it being a mom, or, you know, different passions came your way, different things like that?
It was all of the above. When I left teaching, I was actually only teaching part-time, but I was teaching about 45 minutes away from home, and my oldest daughter was getting ready to start kindergarten.
Oh, okay.
And I just felt like it was really keeping me away. I was gone for a really long day, and I felt like, you know, if I got a call from her school that she was sick, or I needed to be there for, you know, a party or a performance at school, that I just wouldn't have been able to be there.
Yeah.
So I knew that I kind of wanted to make a transition, and at the same time, I had really discovered a passion, a really strong passion for health and fitness. And
So cool.
I was teaching fitness classes at the time while I was teaching school as well,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I just loved it. I just
Yeah.
felt like this is what I am meant to do. I
Wow.
love this. It energized me, and I loved
Yeah.
helping people and seeing that spark in their eye, knowing that that was the best part of their day, and that
Right.
it was also helping them be healthy and happy. And so I knew that I needed to do something with health and fitness, but I also needed to work.
Right.
So I did just kind of decide, I'm going to leave teaching and give this
Wow.
fitness thing a go and try and make
That's
a
so
career out of
neat.
it. And
And it was no longer children that you had to motivate and,
Right.
you know, and get to, you know, live you know, happier and all that, but it was adults. Like, did it,
Yeah.
I have to ask you, because I was a fitness instructor for 10 years, did it, like, when you first decided you wanted to teach, were you like, I want to get paid for this? Like, I love
my
this so
gosh.
much. Did you get chills on the back of your head like
I
me
really
when
did.
you decided?
I felt like, okay, how can I get someone to pay me to do this?
Right,
Because I would do
right.
it for free.
Yeah,
I love it that much.
Totally.
And
At least for the gym membership.
exactly. Exactly. So I thought, well, if I can get someone to pay me to do this, this is just like the world's best job. And it is.
is,
It
yeah.
is. It just
Oh my
doesn't pay
gosh.
super well.
It doesn't. That's why so many fitness instructors are like, I don't do this for the paycheck, but I do it because I love it.
Yes,
I have
you
this
have to.
passion for it. And
You
just
have to.
the look on people's eyes when you've, you know, brightened their day and helped their bodies and stuff is so
Yeah.
cool. So then how did you transition from thinking, okay, I'm going to go, do my own fitness apparel company.
Yeah, well, I needed to make money. I needed to work, and teaching classes wasn't quite enough. And so I got a job for a fitness format.
Okay.
And I loved that too.
Right.
And it was really, really awesome. But I had a moment where I kind of sat down with my key priorities, and I sort of had like a little bit of a rock bottom moment where I thought, is this right? Is this the right fit for me and for my family? It was keeping me away a lot, and it was just, there was a level of stress that I was feeling that my family was feeling. And that's where I was like, you know what, this isn't.
Yeah. Well, and that's why you stopped teaching in the first place, the kids, right? Because it was taking too much time.
So even though I knew I wanted to stay in health and fitness, and I really, really love that aspect, I was like, I just want to find something that I can do that's going to kind of combine all my passions. So it's something that I'm excited to do every day, that I'm passionate about, and that still incorporates my passion for health and fitness, and allows me to be totally available to my kids.
I love it.
I pick them up. I take them to school and pick them up every single day. I take them to all their sports things, and I think that was my goal, was to kind of just design my own life. I wanted to create my own schedule, and doing something that I was excited to do. So I still teach fitness classes. I'm there for my kids, and then in the hours, between 10 and 2, I run a business.
Yeah, that is so great. And so how did you decide, I love that, like when you go to your website, when you talk about what Moxie is all about, and you talk about, as busy people, we're always, we want to look cute at the gym, but we also are running to Costco, running errands, we're going to, pick up the kids and go to meetings. We might as well look cute in the process. I love that you say that, because that is so true.
Well, it's my life. I teach classes in the morning usually, and I could come home and take a shower and get myself all cute, but in reality, I don't have a lot of time. I only have a short period of time before the kids are going to get out of school, and if I use that time showering, my workday is gone.
That's an hour. That's a lot of time.
I know. I wish there was a faster process. But so in reality,
it's called dry shampoo. I'm just kidding.
And I was going to put in there, just real tongue in cheek, don't judge, you do it too.
Oh yeah. When I read that, I was like, she's speaking to me. Yeah. And if she's speaking to me, and I'm pretty sure everyone out there is feeling the same way.
I think there's people who can relate. If I want to get the grocery shopping done and get to the school concert and work and do all this other stuff, I shower. I promise I shower. But it's later in the day when I have a little more time.
I can tell you do. You look good.
I dressed up for you.
Thank you.
So I wanted to create clothes that would take you to the gym and beyond. So you can go work out in a kind of sassy, fun tank, and I think you work out harder when you look cute and feel cute.
Something about that motivation when you're feeling cute and you've got a cute, bright pair of pants on.
Totally. And when you love your outfit, I just feel like you put a little more oomph into it.
Oh yeah.
That's how I am. So I know
me too.
Others must feel that way too. And then you can take off your sweaty tank and throw on a cute off the shoulder something to kind of get you through the rest of your day. And
or the inspirational ones. I love those.
Yeah.
Everything that you make is really, really cute. I really love it. And so thank you for making us look cute.
I try.
So I'm wondering though, through this all, were there challenging times? Was there a lot that you learned about, taking not just your idea and wow, this would be so fun, and I want to stay home with my kids, and I want to be a business owner, and I want to do clothes, to like, oh my gosh, this takes work. And what did you learn in the process, and what did you learn about yourself?
Oh my gosh, so much. I never considered myself an entrepreneur. In fact, I come from a family of entrepreneurs, but I was like, that's not me.
Right.
I'm a school teacher. I don't, I don't do that. But it almost had a negative connotation, that word, in my mind.
That's funny.
I don't exactly know why, but it did. And I never considered myself an entrepreneur, but I learned through the process that I am. It really, it drives me, it gives me passion. I really enjoy creating something that's mine, but it depends on me whether it's successful or not.
Yeah.
And that has stress involved too, because there's a lot of pressure. I left one of my jobs in working for a fitness company in order to start my business, and there was pressure involved in that. I still had to make a certain amount of money.
Right.
So that was, it's stressful. But what I learned is that you have to keep educating yourself. You can't just have an idea and think it's all just going to happen.
Right.
So you really have to learn. I had to learn a lot about how to find my audience and how to market to them. And so that was a really big learning process. But because I put in the time to kind of learn all of those skills, it's paid off a lot.
But the sacrifices you make. So as an entrepreneur, I mean, I don't know if a lot of sleep happened. I don't know if you worked when the girls went to bed.
Yes.
You know, because the 10 and 2 might not be enough time. But so was that when you did a lot of your work? Was late at night and things like that?
Eventually, I hope that I'll be able to keep the workday within that time.
Yeah.
But in reality, I'm not. It's very rare that I'm done with everything by 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I do usually kind of sneak in an hour of work while they're at swim practice, and then again after they go to bed.
But isn't it worth it? To be able to have that
worth it.
freedom and all of that? Yeah.
And it's something I struggle with it still. You know, I really wish I could say I was disciplined enough to stop at 2.
Oh gosh.
And
me too.
Not be distracted. But oftentimes I'm cooking dinner and helping with homework, and then I realize, I didn't post on social media today. And so I'm trying to multitask, which I'm working on it. I'm
delegating a little bit here and there. But I think that comes from you love it so much. You know what I mean? And you really care about it. So I think that's really cool. And I just thought about this when we were talking about your daughters, who's one of them is Molly.
Yes.
So that made me happy. No, but I love that you make clothes for kids.
Yes.
That is so cool. Do they like rock your stuff out there at school and things like that? They do.
Well, we made a couple of kids things a while ago because they were asking me to.
Oh, that's cool.
And they were like, Mom, we love your stuff. You make it in kid sizes. So I made a couple of my designs in kid sizes to start. But ever since then, they have been designing shirts in these little notebooks.
Oh my gosh.
All
little
over the
entrepreneurs.
Place. And
that's
so
crazy. Designers.
just a couple of weeks ago, we sat down and I said, you know, I do actually make shirts for a living, so if you guys want to make some designs, I can help you get them made. And they actually, just last week, they launched their own little...
Are you kidding? They can pay for college.
Kids design.
Kindergarten and 3rd grade, and they're already business women?
Yeah.
Oh my
So they just started their business. It's obviously a branch of mine, but it's called Kids with Moxie.
Oh, that is great.
And they decided to design their own shirts, and that they would... you know, obviously save some of the money that they earn for a car for college, and then donate some to children's charities as well.
That's beautiful.
We haven't finalized the charities yet, but they wanted to donate to charities that teach young kids about kind of being confident and being healthy and things like that.
Oh my gosh, what a wonderful role model you are. You know, I think that's really, really awesome.
It's been fun. They're really excited about it. I've been helping them learn how to create little motivational things that they can post on their Instagram page.
So cute. Oh my gosh. That's adorable. So where do you find your inspiration and your ideas? You know, do you listen to your audience, or do you pick what you like, or is it a combination?
It's a combination. Okay. Yeah, I get ideas everywhere. I see a cute coffee mug at Home Goods, and I'm like, oh, I can do something fun with that. Or you know, Pinterest, or just things that I hear people saying. I like motivational stuff. I like kind of sassy, sort of tongue-in-cheek stuff.
Me too.
And then, you know, just wherever it strikes me. And I have to be kind of in the mood to sit down and design something, though, because I've tried to sit down and do it when I'm not in that headspace, and I end up wasting 3 hours and coming out with nothing that I like. So
oh my gosh,
I just have to wait till it strikes.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited for you. Like seriously, I've kind of watched your journey. You know, when we have a mutual friend named Tiffany who would talk about you, and I was like, wow, I just admire the fact that you didn't just think about it and hope for it and wish for it, because I hear a lot of people do that, but you were like, I'm gonna do this. I know there's a need, I know there's a market, and I know I can at least clothe my friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's so fun to go to studios locally and see everybody rocking your pants and stuff like that. That's really exciting for you.
I mean, when I started it, I had hoped for it to grow the way that it has. But I did think, well, at the very least, I have a lot of friends in fitness, and they'll like my stuff.
Yeah, or at least you'll have outfits to wear.
Exactly. I'll just make myself look really cute.
Oh my gosh, I'm really proud of you. Seriously.
Thank you.
So
it's been a fun journey, but
I
hard
could tell.
too.
I'm sure. Yeah. And does your husband help you, or is he just like a total cheerleader?
He's
and supportive?
mostly a cheerleader. I'll recruit him to do some things occasionally, but mostly he's just a really strong cheerleader.
So he's modeling on your website the clothes, the pants.
Can you imagine him in the bright pants?
Oh my gosh, I really think you have a new model now. Oh my gosh, no, but it's great that he supports you and he's there for you.
I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without him, because in hindsight, it was kind of crazy what I was telling him I wanted to do. I want to leave my paying job and start my own business.
Oh my gosh.
And not just any business, but a business where I have to buy inventory.
I was thinking that.
So,
and it could work and it could not, but that's really cool. He must really believe in you, and
he does. I'm so lucky.
Really lucky. Oh
and
my gosh, that's wonderful.
He definitely does, but he he wants me to be happy, and he was sensing the stress that I was kind of bringing into our house, and he was like, well, whatever you need to do.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so sweet. I love it. And that's really, really, really helpful. I know that because my husband's supportive of me, and I would lose my mind if he wasn't, you know, so that's really good. So do you have any mentors, or are you part of any sort of support groups of, you know, women? Because it's really, I find that has helped me get to where I am today, having women who are have the same sort of beliefs and goals and things like that. So just tell us what you have going on.
It's amazing. I signed up for a personal development seminar with our mutual friend, Tiffany, who we actually knew each other sort of kind of from the gym at the time, and we were friends on Facebook. But through that process, I joined one of her accountability groups, and we became very, very close. And it's amazing the difference I feel in my life now that I'm surrounded by really positive, supportive, smart women.
That's wonderful.
Who, you know, are cheerleaders for each other and who want to see each other succeed. It's really an incredible
difference. Gives me chills. Yeah. I think we're fortunate that we have found that. And I think that's kind of the purpose of Molly Motivates. What I'm trying to do here is so many women don't have that. And I hope that they can come here and learn from us and know that we're cheering for them, because I want nothing more than women to just be empowered and be successful.
That's
don't
how
you?
I feel. I think there's more than enough success to go around.
Totally.
And I think that when people get in that trap where they feel like they see someone else getting successful and they're like, oh, that, you know, and want to kind of tear that person down, it just creates a circle of negativity, and it doesn't let anyone get ahead. But when you really are cheering for everybody else, it brings more success.
Totally. And it opens you up for success. Yeah, it opens you up for success, and it just feels good.
It does.
You know,
it's so empowering.
Yeah.
It really is empowering to be around other people who are like-minded, and strong and smart and supportive too.
Yeah, and it keeps you on track with all of your goals and everything like that. That is such good advice. Oh my gosh. So do you have any personal development books that you would recommend to anybody that has helped you? You know, maybe if you've had any moments of like self-doubt or fear, which I know that we all face, especially as entrepreneurs, and even just someone who doesn't feel like they're an entrepreneur. Sometimes people get scared of that word, by the way.
I did.
You know,
I was one.
Yeah, it's like a scary word. You're like, I'm not a business person or whatever, but I do have a passion and I have an idea and I really want to make a change in my life. But did you use any personal development to help you?
I've used a lot. In fact, I was just admiring this because this is one of my favorite books, The Compound Effect. I like that one. Yeah. It just is really eye-opening as far as how little changes can make a big impact over time. But right now I'm reading a book called You Are a Badass. Have you ever read that one?
Are you kidding me? Jen Sincero?
Favorite.
My favorite. I could read it
again
20 times.
I'm almost done and I'm about ready to start
and I bought
again.
the audio too. I'm like so obsessed with that book. I want to meet her so bad one day.
I do too.
And you know, she's just like totally cool, down to earth, regular.
Well, I love it. I love her writing style, and she's just really to the point and
uses a little foul language.
And I like that.
But sometimes I'm like, God, I needed to hear that.
She uses that at all the right moments.
Yes, exactly. When you're like, oh my gosh, is she talking to me? Yeah. Right? Did you feel like there's like a
and I have it on my iPad, and I'm highlighting.
Me too.
everything. I'm like, I might as well just highlight.
Every woman needs to read or listen to that book. You Are a Badass.
I highly recommend that.
What's it called? How to? Oh gosh, where is it? It's somewhere here. I'm obsessed with it. That's so funny. That's one of my favorite books.
I love it.
Yeah. She's amazing. Everybody needs to follow her and get that book. That's cool. I love that you're a badass with me. We need to be badasses, right? So did this happen by chance? Or did you set goals and literally work like specifically in a specific order? Just because it's nice to know like what your system was.
Well, at the beginning, I kind of dove in head first.
That's great.
I had an idea and I knew it was time. Right. It was the right time to make a change. And I didn't structure it really well at the beginning. I just kind of dove in.
But I like that actually, because you just dove in. Sometimes people wait and study. So
well, and I've done that before too. Right. So, you know, there's never a perfect time, but when all the signs were pointing me in a certain direction, I just dove in. And so I didn't have systems at the beginning. I didn't have really laid out goals. I was scrambling for a while, just running as fast as I could, just to kind of figure out
called passion.
What needed to be done.
Just going.
Yeah. But then once I did get rolling and I started to develop systems, goals, I really had to come up with a system for goals. So I had been setting goals And I had been creating to-do lists from my goals,
Right.
but I would write them in notebooks and then I would kind of close them up. And even though I knew what was in there, I wasn't looking at it all the time. And I'm really visual, and I wanted my goal, my list of goals to be almost like a vision board.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be in my face all the time because it's like I'm a big believer in, you know, the power of our thoughts and what you put out into the universe. And so I thought if I'm looking at it all the time and I'm actively thinking about it all the time, then, you know, I think it'll have a bigger impact. So it's so silly, but I went and bought this giant whiteboard at Costco.
Okay.
And I divided it into quadrants, and
it.
I started making goals.
Okay.
I put it right in my line of sight where I sit to work.
There's no not seeing it.
Big, and I color coded it.
That's
and so
cool.
I have monthly goals and 90-day goals and yearly goals, and then my big crazy cool goals.
Gotta have those. Yeah.
Too. And so I'm staring at them every day.
Oh, that's
and then
so
I have
cool.
my colored Expo markers and I cross them off, and it's
That's
so
so
gratifying to just put a
Right.
big old line through it. And
I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm curious though, do you break each one down? Like, okay, I need these steps to do this. Like I have to break my goals down, or else I'm like, that looks big and scary. Okay, I'm not gonna do it because I don't even know where to start.
Well, that's actually how I came up with the whiteboard system in the beginning, because I had a list of the really big, scary things that I wanted to accomplish.
Yeah.
And I kind of suffer from perfectionism paralyzation sometimes.
Can you touch me and does it transfer over to me? Give me some of that, please.
Not that I'm do stuff that's perfect at all, but I kind of get that
that's
fear
your
of like, if
personality.
I'm not sure I can do it right, then I might just not try it. So I had to back them up. And I thought, well, if this is what I want to accomplish in a year, maybe I can do these in 90 days. And if I can do these in 90 days, I can do this in a month, and it'll follow this trajectory.
I love it.
So even my monthly goals are kind of big, and I started to have, I needed to set scarier goals. I realized pretty early on in the process that I was aiming a little low because I wanted to, I wanted to.
It's easy to go, I did that, I did that, yeah. That's cool.
I started setting bigger goals, and I have to break them down on my kind of daily to-do lists, but those are my larger goals that I see looking at me every day.
Yeah, totally. And I know that both of us are one of our main mentors is Chalene Johnson. I mean, seriously, what would we have done if we didn't learn all of that about goal setting from her?
Life-changing.
Life-changing. So
Absolutely
another book,
life-changing.
of course, everybody needs Push.
Push.
Huge, or do her 30-day push program, 30daypush.com, I think it is, but that has helped me so
And
much.
her podcast.
And her podcast. I don't even know where I'd be if I didn't have that. So we need to give her some love right now because
big
everybody
time.
needs to
Thank
follow
you,
Chalene Johnson. Thank you so much. But you know, whenever I talk about goals, I'm like, that's not my idea. You know what I mean? So yeah, I know that
and
we've
I
learned
follow
from her.
all of her goal setting strategies, and then
that's awesome.
I just had to put them big on my whiteboard so that I could see them
it.
staring
Yeah.
at me every day, because then I would sort of cheat. I'd write them down and then close my notebook, and then I'm getting there.
Oh my gosh.
Getting to it.
Okay, so you are just so awesome, and I'm so proud of your success, seriously.
Oh, thank you.
And a fellow mom, you know, entrepreneur, and someone who stepped out of the box and just did something that she wanted to do is really, really like motivating for me. And I hope that people who are watching this and listening to this know that this is possible for them. You know what I mean? And so what advice would you give that person they have an idea, but they're scared? What do you say? Just jump?
It is scary. Well, I would say do some research.
Good,
for
that's
sure.
what I was thinking too.
And I did do some, but I mostly just jumped. No, I did do some research first, but I would say research. I mean, you don't want to jump into an empty pool.
Right. That'd be bad.
Some water's good.
Yeah.
So research, and then make sure it's something that you're passionate about. And it can't just come from a place of like wanting to sell something. It has to be like, it has to be authentic as far as you have something to give.
I love that.
Because I'm very passionate about workout clothes.
Yeah,
I live in them.
You are. You're like, I need to look good.
I do.
Yeah.
I wear them all the time.
I think you were teaching how many classes a week at one point? What was your highest?
12.
12. Okay, yeah. You were like, I need to look cute. I'm sweaty all day. Yeah.
So
you had a passion for it.
I am passionate about them, but that's not my main passion. My main passion is helping people with health and fitness.
I love it.
So I am working on some things with my business to merge
it
the
all
two.
together.
I mean, they're already merged, but a little bit more, because I want to offer my audience more than just a shirt or a cute pair of pants.
Yeah.
I want to offer them some tips on how to stay healthy and fit when you're when you're a busy mom trying to juggle work and a business or a job and kids and fitness and clean eating. I mean, it does take time. And so I feel like I am able to do some of those things, and I'd love to share that knowledge. So I do think if you're going to start a business, it has to be something you're passionate about and something where you want to give. You know, you have to be generous with what you know and want to share it with other people. And then the business can evolve from that. But it has to come from a place.
Because at the end of the day, and at the beginning of the day, first you want to wake up knowing that what you're doing is something that you are you are into it. You're invested in it, and you believe in it yourself, right? And then you can go to bed at night thinking, I possibly changed some lives. Like that feels good. That makes me go to bed happily every single night, you know? So you're doing a wonderful job. So you said you're a busy mom.
I am.
I have to know how you do it all. Girlfriend turn, do you have a cape? There's a cape, it's just invisible. Okay, how do you do it all? Seriously. Like how do you juggle everything? And I know that at that age of your daughters, it's busy. You're volunteering in classrooms and there's events and stuff like that. So how do you do it?
It's hard. I mean, there's no magic answer. I think that scheduling your day ahead of time is really important. Yeah. I wake up early and I make sure that I've got my day planned out ahead of time. I try and I take my kids to school in the morning, and after I drop them off, I almost always teach a class most days, and that's also how I get my workout on, which is nice. It's great to get paid for that.
Yes, awesome.
And then I come home and try and work. I try to close it off by 2, and but then I'm squeezing it in later.
That's great.
It is a juggling act, but if you're prepared and organized, and then you have to pick and choose. You know, you have to prioritize when different opportunities come around. You have to. Like Shalene teaches us, you have to really line it up and say, is this in alignment with my key priorities?
Yes,
so
that's huge.
I'm not saying I don't drop a ball occasionally.
If a girlfriend has to go to lunch or something, sometimes you have to do some fun stuff like that.
Well, you have to do some fun stuff, and I've missed an email here or there and forgotten to respond to something, but I try to fit it all in. My kids are only young once, so I just really am constantly trying to remind myself that I don't want to miss something because I'm working. And I'm also, trying to grow a brand new business. So it's a juggling act.
And doesn't it feel good? I mean, I am a mom of 2, and I love being mom. My mom laughs at me because when I was little, I used to talk about being a mom. I used to be like, I'm a mom and I do this. My mom's like, you are 6 years old. You're scaring me. But I always wanted to be a mom. And then being a mom is great, but I knew I needed something for me. Did you ever feel that way where you were like, I want to do something that like fills up this part in my heart, in my gut, like to just make me feel like I'm giving something else to others and to myself as well. It's hard to explain sometimes to people because being a mom is a job.
And it's a big job.
It's a huge job. But doing something else is really rewarding. I think that's the thing, and fulfilling.
Well, and we were talking about my kids and their little business. I never thought about that before, but it really is so neat to see what I've accidentally taught them.
Yeah, that's so
I didn't mean to. I'm really big into teaching them how to eat healthy and how to put in good fuel in their bodies and exercise and all of that. But I never thought about teaching them about business.
They're always watching. Isn't that funny?
And then, my daughter was constantly doing these little sketches, and I thought,
oh my gosh. That's
what a great opportunity to teach them.
I love it. And what's it called, the kids line again?
Kids with Moxie.
Oh, I love it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so speaking of that, where can we all find your clothes and everything that you share? What's the website again?
I am at moxiefitnessapparel.com, and then on Facebook, Moxie Fitness Apparel, Instagram, same.
I'm glad it's all the same.
It's all the same.
Oh, thank you.
Too much to keep track of.
And what does Moxie mean again?
So Moxie means kind of bold and fearless.
I love it.
And because I was starting my business in a time where it may or may not have made sense to do it. I felt like it was a really bold move, and
that word was speaking to you. It was explaining you and your guts at the time. Oh my gosh, I love the name.
I love it, and I love what it's teaching my kids too. They know what it means, and
girls need that at that young of an age to feel that confidence and to look at what you're doing is huge. That's really, really motivating and inspiring. I have chills. You keep giving me chills, girlfriend. I love it. Oh my gosh. Well, you are just beautiful.
Oh,
really, and I'm really proud of you, and it's just been really fun, like I said, to hear about your success through Tiffany. She's always sharing so many cool things about you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of her.
Oh,
so thank you so much, and I hope that people who are watching this or listening to this know that they just need to go and make it happen if that's what they're feeling, right? Yeah.
I mean, you can't just sit around and wait. If there's something that you really want to do and you've done your research and a little bit of your homework, there's never going to be a perfect time.
No.
So,
but I always say, stop watching TV.
Yes.
You know, and you could spend that 2 hours on your future. So if someone says, I don't have time or I don't have money, don't worry about that. That will come. You just need to start moving forward. You can Google everything in the world. You can research, right?
And it really is
talk
amazing
with people.
where you can find little bits of time in your day to do something, one thing every day to bring you a little bit closer.
Yeah, even your lunch break. I've spoken with women before who have a second business and they work on their lunch break. They wake up at 5 a.m. So the time is there. I think that if we struggle with time, we just need to find it, right?
Yes.
Gosh, I'm so happy for you. Really, really, I look forward to your success. Oh, let's finish this. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, I hope to, have grown my business to a size where, I can delegate a little bit more.
Awesome.
I've started delegating,
Yay.
but that was hard at first, but delegating's awesome.
Yeah. You must have found someone good.
I did.
Okay, good.
I did. And so I hope to be able to bring on some more staff and so that I can focus more on the creative aspect, the parts that I really, enjoy doing.
Love the most.
And then
that's so great.
be able to grow the secondary part of my business that I was mentioning about.
Right.
Teaching, especially moms, busy moms, how to prioritize health and fitness, even when it feels like you don't have time necessarily to get it all in.
And I think you're a teacher. Deep inside of you, you like to teach, right? I mean, you started off teaching.
I did.
So
started teaching kids.
You're good at that.
And
That's a gift, I think. So that's
teaching
good
adults
that you want to do that
in
still.
fitness. So yeah, I do see that as part of the path.
That's cool. And us moms need to be reminded that we matter and we need to take care of ourselves so we're better for others. So
yes,
I look forward to that you're doing that. That's really cool. Well, thank you so much. I know you're going to do awesome, and thanks again for dressing me, and I look forward to keep wearing some Moxie.
Well, thanks for having me.
Okay,
thanks.
so
fun.
I don't know about you, but I had so much fun talking with Malea today. She's so genuine and real, and what a great story that she has, from going from being a teacher to teaching fitness to wanting to start her own fitness apparel company. So many of us have ideas, yet we get scared to act on them. So today I want to motivate you to act on your dreams and your goals. What do you want to go out and start? What do you want to go out and share with people to add value to their lives? Take some of Malea's awesome advice from today and go make it happen yourself. Why not you? And don't forget to go check out Malea, moxiefitnessapparel.com, and on Facebook, on Instagram, because you want to look cute after and during your workouts too, right? So make sure that you go live your life with purpose and on purpose, because you deserve to be so happy and have a business and a life that you are so excited about. Make sure that you comment on this video, share it with a friend. Be sure to subscribe. I want to hear from you, and I'm so excited to keep motivating you. See you on the next video.